I mean, we're nearly a decade into the future. It could happen. It could happen. Maybe I should have a knighthood as well. I mean, I've won the Euros and the World Cup. Just it was with France, so they're probably not looking to reward that one just yet. Hello everyone, welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grant 2, here at the start of season 10 of the Save. And as you can see, we are still at Liverpool. Neil Lennon is the PSG manager, as we saw last time. Do I regret not forcing the issue and going for that job? Yes, definitely. But I just kind of felt bad about leaving Liverpool there and then. I mean, yes, we've won everything here, but it's going to be nice to have a season where we can just sort of go for everything without really worrying about what happens, without really worrying about the pressure of being sacked and the pressure of needing to win a certain trophy, because we've done it all here. So let's just have another season, try and do it all again. And then next summer, well, there won't be an international tournament for us to worry about. We'll talk about that in a second. Then we can then look at some stuff. Then maybe even if there's a job that comes up, maybe not move mid-season, but agree to move at the end of the season. With that, we'll see if that's possible. I mean, we've got such a good team here. It's not exactly a negative to stay here. And I could have resigned and then gone for the PSG job. Probably would have got it, but there's no guarantee, and I didn't want to be in any sort of limbo. So another year, I think we can deal with that. But I am also very mindful of not just having things be quite samey. So as I said last time, we will go through this season very quickly, as in like 5 episodes maximum. After today, the next episode will probably be around December, January. We'll go through whole start of the season, see how it's gone, play a game or two, but just not spend ages going through this season. We've had over 30 episodes just of Liverpool, which has been a lot of fun, but we need to be. Anyway, we did move on in the international sphere, as was discussed. We are now in charge of Brazil, the 3rd best side in the world according to the FIFA rankings. Obviously France number 1. We could have stayed there, they wanted us to stay, but I think it was time for fresh horizons, and nothing more fresh than South America. Of course, we were here before when we were in a sort of disastrous spell in charge of Venezuela. Hopefully improved fortunes for this one. Obviously, there's no Nations League here really, so we won't have a tournament next summer. And then we've obviously got to try and qualify for the World Cup. That's already underway. Top of the group already. Nothing to do with me, but looking good. Hopefully we can seal that one, and then we've got the Copa America to think about in a few years' time, as long as we don't get sacked after the World Cup. But some of the players here that we have are all well. I mean, they should be illegal. Thiago Danny, he's gone to Spurs. One to watch out for in the Premier League. He's very good. They've got Roberto Corte at Barcelona. I mean, goodness me. And then Eduardo, who is probably the best goalkeeper I've ever seen. He's at Monaco. Tried to sign him this summer. They want over 200 million for him, and I can see why. So it's going to be interesting to see how we get on with them. I'm looking forward to it. We have got some Brazil action coming up today, because we have made it into the semi-finals of the Olympic Games with the under-23 squad. We'll be playing Argentina. The other semi-final is Italy versus France. Probably quite predictable. We'll probably end up we will have to play France, obviously, because we'll at least be in the bronze medal match, which is going to be interesting against my former employers. I managed to give myself the under-23 responsibility on this screen here, on the overview screen. If you can, it's on this one here, which means we could have done it with the French under-23s. That sort of weird time 4 years ago when we failed to do that. So we could have already won the Olympics, but I mean, it wasn't to be. But we're in the semi-finals with Brazil. How did we do? Our group went very well. We won our group, won all 3 games against Germany, the USA and New Zealand. Great fun. A second round game, quarter-final game, was against Costa Rica. It was a comfortable win as well. It's been fun. The problem is our squad, though. The first 11's excellent. There's some very good players here, but the AI who picked this, clearly an idiot, because we've got a one sort of defensive midfielder, goalkeeper, and then we've got 5 players who are, at best, they can be described as attacking midfielders in the Mazzala role, maybe, but really they are just central attacking midfielders or strikers. No, one guy who's a winger, not really wingers, no centre-backs, no full-backs, so that's fun. It's a good job we haven't had any serious injuries. But anyway, that is going to be what we get to in a moment. First of all, we've got the Community Shield against Manchester United. Another reason why I want to stay at Liverpool is we have won 8 trophies at Liverpool, which is pretty remarkable in 3 years. I'd like to make it a nice round 10. I think 4 years as well is a good time. I don't want to just be at a club for, 3 years at Liverpool was the longest we've spent at any club, so I don't want to just cut and run. 4 years though seems like a good opportunity to leave, and then this season, no pressure whatsoever. See how well we can do. See how much we can win. It's going to be interesting. Anyway, then transfers. There's one deal in the pipeline potentially, is that we are going to break our club vision by signing a 30-year-old Clément Lenglet, former very brief French international, has been released by Barcelona. It looks really good still as a solid option. Doesn't want that much money. Unfortunately, everyone wants him, including PSG. So we're unlikely to get him, I would think. But he's potentially going to come in. Let's look though at the actual transfer, starting of course with the outs. And we're going to go just to this screen because there's not that many. But for the first time ever since I've been in charge, we have actually brought more money in than we have spent, which is just extremely impressive for my financial management. Obviously, Virgil van Dijk has retired. He doesn't want to be a coach. He's just straight up gone. We wish him well. What a player. What a fantastic servant to the club. He got his testimonial and then he was done. But obviously good to get some players in because the finance is looking a lot better now. 100 million. We did nearly fail FFP, which was a bit of an issue, but things are looking a bit rosier. We'll start with very briefly going over some of the loan deals. Some interesting ones. Pedro Ildefonso, who spent his entire time out on loan, now on loan at Arsenal, which, he's good, but we don't really have much room for him. We've got so many midfielders. If he wants to go and play for Arsenal for a season, then that's fine as far as I'm concerned. It's absolutely fine. We can then see how well he does. Adam Brun as well, similar situation. He is going to be on loan at Newcastle for the season. His contract's actually up at the end of the year. I think we might see if he wants a new deal and get that one renewed. How much does he want? We might leave it. He wants a lot of money. We'll leave that for now. Other players going out. Michael Quinn has gone out on loan on a free to Bordeaux. Disappointing. I forgot to renew his contract. I'm doing that a lot this save, really. Doing that a lot. We've got so many players. It's hard to keep track of them, though. A few other guys have gone out. David Cartwright, Connor Truman. Never really played. Just been out on loan, but a bit of cash for them. This guy, Olufemi Moncho. We've looked at him a few times. Don't think he was ever really going to develop that well. He's gone to Cologne for 10.75 million. Probably could have got more for him, but just needed to balance the books a little bit. Also going out is Angus Gunn, who has been our reliable backup-ish for the last few seasons. He's gone to Club Brugge for 10.75 million. When we look at who we brought in, that will be fantastic. 17 million as well for Harvey Elliott, who's gone to Famalicão in Portugal. Was out on loan last year at Marseille. Did all right. Quite a few assists for him. Decent player. Has played a bit for us, but I think he needs some first team football, so just let him go. But the big departure, as you can see there, 33.5 million for Jamal Lewis. Played quite a lot towards the back end of the season. Reliable, more or less, when called upon. Just not amazing. Made a few mistakes. Caused us a few issues. It's safe to say we've upgraded, and amazingly we've upgraded at less than what we got for him. 33.5 million from Bournemouth. We wish him well. He's been a steady, reliable backup servant at the club. He's going to go off and be first choice at Bournemouth. Good luck to him. But then the ins, just the 2 ins, and I think they have definitely, been ones that will improve the team and improve the team for less than the players they are replacing. Which is the ideal, really, isn't it? That's how you're meant to play the game. First of all, for 9.5 million, our new backup goalkeeper from Leicester City, that was his release clause. It's Marcus Dewhurst, England #1, the guy who played in the Euro 2028 final for England and denied us the chance to win that title again with a very good performance, because he's a very good goalkeeper. Very good. 16 one-on-ones, 17 reflexes, 14 handling. Like the look of him a lot. I have a slight concern that Alisson is kind of past it, and all the really good goalkeepers cost, the Brazilian guy, for example, over 200 million. So we couldn't afford that. We literally couldn't afford that. So Marcus Dewhurst, very solid option. He's only 27. He's happy to be here as a backup. That was what he wanted in the first place. So Whether he is, the backup this season and then becomes first choice or not, we probably, may not even be here, so it's not going to be our issue. Just made a lot of sense to get him in for such a low price. And then our other signing, and, undoubtedly the signing of the summer, probably the signing of the season for the entire league, Alexander Ulrich from Borussia Dortmund, 56 caps for Germany. He is the best left-back in the world. That's not really up for debate. I wanted to sign him when we signed Rafinha, but he was too expensive. He was in the last year of his contract at Dortmund. He's been upset for a while, really since I tried to buy him in the first place, and we have got him for 32 million, which is just 500,000 more than they paid for him from Hoffenheim, and his value is already more than that. I've never seen the social media so universal in their praise of a transfer. We have conned them. They originally listed him for like 64 million. They had to cut it down. He is just incredible. Just look at him. He's absolutely incredible. I feel bad for Rafinha, who has obviously been a star for us in the last couple of years. But he's definitely better than Rafinha, isn't he? He's definitely better than Rafinha. Obviously, he will still get a lot of game time. He's still very, very good. But the problem is, obviously, we nearly ended up losing the Premier League last year because of his, pretty much consistent state of being injured towards the back end of the season. He got an injury, he came back, he got an injury, he came back, he got another injury, and was out for a lengthy amount of time. So if that's going to happen again, and I hope it doesn't, but if that's going to happen again, we need somebody else, and Ulrich is definitely that man. Right then, a chance for us to win our 9th trophy here at Liverpool straight off the bat against Manchester United in the Community Shield. Now, quite a few of these players are on international duty, which is an issue. Lefebvre, the chief amongst them, who is going to be starting alongside Voucher for us in central defence. Joe Gomez will have to do that for now. Vujovic also not here. Paqueta's not here because he's with me at the Olympics in the under-23s. So with all that in mind, we're going to have to be a little bit creative, and this is how we're going to be lining up for this one. Alisson still continues in goal, one of the last ever presents since the save began. Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, another one at right back. Gomez as well, alongside Voucher. Ulrich's going to be starting at left back. De Jong, Bentancur, and Salvador is going to be the midfield in the absence of Paqueta. Vignato on the right hand side. Richard is going to start for us on the left. Obviously, Mohamed Salah is still here. His physicals have dropped off quite a bit, so I do think, and he agrees, that he will be best as an impact sub, and it's time to give Richard the nod. Nicholson is going to be up top for us as well. Now it's Man United for the first time in this, not Man City. Can we get the job done against a local rival? Always a good trophy to win at the start of the season, and yeah, as said, it would be our 9th trophy, which is pretty good. But we know all of their dangers, of course. Mejbri, a vital part of our former employers in the French national side, of course. But we're not there anymore, and we're focused on this. I expect nothing but a win. Not many transfers, not many additions. I don't think we really need to, because obviously so many of our players are already really, really good. We've got so many excellent world-class players that are young and are only going to get better. And some experienced hands in there as well that are more than capable, like De Jong, like Bentancur, like Alisson and Alexander-Arnold as well. Well, thrilling start to proceedings. 40 minutes in, nothing has happened until now. We've got a highlight. Vignato off to De Jong, looking for Richard. He's knocked it down to Ulrich. Show them why you're good. He has, in brilliant style, puts a cross in, parried poorly by Plizzari in the United goal, and Emmanuel Vignato is there to pounce for the first goal of the season for us. All about the work from Ulrich. Good run, pinpoint cross. Plizzari cannot deal with it, and Vignato for a simple tap-in. Excellent stuff. I mean, one highlight and done would be nice, but the quality we've got throughout the squad now is something else. And that's another reason why I didn't want to leave. We've got such a good team here. We have built pretty much the best team in the world, as Mejbri nearly equalises for United. That it would be a shame to walk out without having another go for another year, really, and then we're going to have to go and do it somewhere else. All right, 65 minutes gone. We've not seen much from two of the front three, and it's two that are going to be starting this season. Richard not doing all that much to write home about, so Mohamed Salah can come on. He's still here, he's still ready and able to go. Obviously last season he was the league top scorer and had one of his best seasons ever. He's still more than capable, and if we don't see much from Richard, he may end up still starting. Anyway, I've mostly just been talking to absolutely nothing. There's nothing else happening in the game. Time is ticking away. We've not made any more subs. I don't need to, really. It's going to be another win. It's going to be another trophy. Liverpool 1, Man United 0. Incredibly uneventful. When you compare to last year, where we beat Man City 7-2, not quite that standard of game, but the result is still the same. Another piece of silverware. Well done, boys. That's all we can really ask for. Good stuff indeed. A good first impression from our major new signing. Another Community Shield win, 3 in a row. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, that was very good indeed. Now we're going to turn our attention to Brazil, because we have got the semi-finals of the Olympic Games against Argentina. That is actually the same day as, well, the final will be the same day as the league match against Aston Villa. I don't know which one will take place first. We'll see. Let's get through the semi-final first. Right, well, if we get through this, it will be France in the gold medal match, which was kind of inevitable. Absolutely. I mean, you cannot expect anything other than that. So the team then is, as we discussed earlier, not exactly ideal in terms of players, to come in, players we've got on the bench that can really help out. But the players in the first 11 are more than good enough. So not many familiar names in here. A few, obviously Lucas Paqueta, we know all about him. Absolute stalwart for us at Liverpool, still exceptionally good. Didn't get in the senior squad. They probably, well, he will now I'm here. He will now I'm here, unless there's some players who are even better and we can't find space for him. I think we can probably find some space. Barantina as well at Real Madrid, obviously a player we've seen quite a lot in the save. He's very good. We've got Doug Lau, he's good. João Henrique, he's good. It's a theme of Brazilian regens. They're just really good, aren't they? Yeah, they're both really good. Midfield, we've got Edgar Bruno, we've got Carvalho, he's good too. The defenders aren't bad either. Alexis Meyer, not too bad. Rene Carlos, not too bad. Bongiorno, not amazing, not particularly special. And then Maxwell Rodrigo, he's really good. He's at Dundee United and he looks that good. Raul's in goal. I mean, we've got some good players who may well make it into the first team. Let's see what we can do against the other hotbed of regens, Argentina. I mean, they've got Barco on the left hand side, otherwise no one else who immediately jumps out to me. No one else who we've had. We haven't really had many Argentinians at any point really in the save, but let's go out there. We expected to win. We've done really well so far. Some good wins, particularly against Germany. They've got some quality players, including Marko Vujovic, of course. So we've got to try and do this. Corner first of all, Barantina nearly scoring. Neither game today has been very action-packed. Whether we're in, we've gone all across to America. We were at Wembley for the Community Shield. Now we've gone to America where the Olympics is being held. Edgar Bruno trying to get there. He's made a mess of it, but it's come down to Barantina, who has not made a mess of it. He's had 2 chances. He's had 3 chances, and on the third one, he has scored, as you would expect for a man of his quality. At Real Madrid, of course, 2 of our players go for it. One of them gets it. Barantina, fabulous strike from him. And, well, I mean, that's why he really should be in the senior squad. Excellent stuff into the second half. Let's just keep it up. We've been very methodical in all the matches we've had in the tournament so far. Right, Barantina working it nicely with Meyer. Can he find a ball in? He's gone back to Paqueta, who's looking to... Well, he's been flattened. It's a penalty, and he will take it. Obviously, our deputy penalty taker at Liverpool. And he's just shot straight at the goalkeeper, which is... fantastic. Free kick from Edgar Bruno from deep. Can we grab a second? Yes, we can. Lauro Bongiorno has headed home a second. 10 minutes from time. We are heading into the gold medal match. Final highlight for Argentina, probably a consolation here. They've got a consolation. Santiago Colombo. I'm saying it's a consolation. There's a minute and a half left, so I hope that it's only a consolation. Most of our boys looking very tired, because there isn't really, they've had to play every game. Goalkeeping, you're not getting in the senior team with that one, but it is just a consolation. Brazil under 23s 2, Argentina under 23s 1, and we will play France for a gold medal. Obviously silver guarantee, but it just doesn't really matter, does it? Not the same as gold. I like how the logo says it's still Tokyo 2020. I mean, I know that didn't actually go ahead as planned, but I mean, we're not stuck in some sort of time loop, are we? This is definitely being hosted in America. We played that game, or the final's going to be held in LA. Obviously, we're waiting to see what will happen. Is that going to take place before or at the same time as the Aston Villa game? Because obviously, if it does take place at the same time, then we'll do this absolutely brilliant magical feat of splitting ourselves in two and somehow being in LA and Liverpool at the same time. Right, Clement Longley has rejected us. He's gone to PSG. I mean, I turned down PSG. Colin Nicholson turned down PSG, but you've not turned down PSG. Clearly the allure of playing for Neil Lennon is just, I mean, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? It's just ridiculous. Neil Lennon is in charge of the richest team in the world. He's spent quite a bit of money, as Neil. Well, we are playing the game against Aston Villa first. This is fun, isn't it? I'm going to have to somehow get to America in record time. Anyway, I'm going to play this one and then I'll show you the goals once they've happened. Frankie de Jong has broken his arm, but he can still play. He's fine. First goal of the league season. Pierre Faucher, obviously disappointment for him in the summer, losing the Euro final, losing his national manager as well, but luckily for him I'm still his club manager for now. And it's 2-0, the champions looking good for 3 points from the off. Nicholson lays it off to Ulrich, and what a ball this is to his German teammate Marko Vujovic, who makes it 2. Everyone's getting in on the act as well. Colin now with his first goal. He's the club captain, don't forget. He's been given that honour for rejecting the advances of PSG, which is enough to make anyone a legend. 3-0. And another, he's missed a penalty, but Mohamed Salah gets his first of the season now as well. Excellent stuff. He's onside apparently. Goalkeeper, absolutely shocking goalkeeping. Absolutely shocking goalkeeping. 4-0. What a great start. Excellent start. 3 points on the board. Brilliant. Hopefully we'll still be in that kind of position when we come back next time, which will obviously be quite a long way in the future. Anyway, I'm going to just jump across to America somehow in the space of a couple of hours, and I'll see you for the Olympic Games final. Right, this is apparently taken, this is kicking off during the game between Liverpool and Aston Villa. Maybe I'm doing the old Skype in for this one. I'm just managing on a TV monitor, doing 2 games at once. Anyway, no changes to the team. Obviously, we're not fit, but other than Lucas Paqueta, who I'm sure will be fine, I don't really care about any of these players right now, because most of them won't be in the first team anyway, and they'll be fine by the time the next international break comes around, I hope. Let's just hope Paqueta doesn't get injured. I expect you to come back with the trophy/medal. I think there is a little trophy for this, but it's really the medal. That's what we're interested in. France, obviously, we skip past the team, but some familiar faces here, to say the least. Lefebvre will be playing for us for Liverpool this season. Ben Salam is third choice at Liverpool. Gerardo, of course, will be playing quite a lot this season as well. Lots of other names in here. There's quite a few others at Liverpool, of course. Adam Brun, he's out on loan this season. Shirky, he's not even playing. I put him in the senior side because he's good, but he's not even getting into the under-23s, which is quite funny. And then this guy as well, Florent Andre, who I kept being told to put into the senior squad. He's got 10 finishing. Yes, he's at PSG, but he's got 10 finishing. So he's not even starting for them either. So there we go. Right, first highlight, 23 minutes in. It's France coming forward. So I've just slagged off some of these players. I mean, they're very good. We would have had a better chance of winning gold with them, but we made our choice. We've come to Brazil, and we have to manage to Brazil under 23s. We're going to get a silver, whatever happens. I mean, a silver medal's not bad, but at half time we have no clear idea who will be getting the gold. It is 0-0. I mean, I'm far from pleased. Go out there, do something better. Obviously, a lot of our boys are tired. Barentina, the star of the semi-final, is having a pretty poor game, or at least a very quiet game. We're not seeing much. Well, we're not seeing much of anything. We're going to need to freshen things up. Both wingers nervous. We're making a change. Antonio one, and we'll bring on Sandro Alexandri. Why not? I don't really know who's necessarily the best, because none of them are really naturals in those positions. Doug Lau is also having a poor game. He can come off too. I'm going to bring on Arnaldo, and I'm going to move Marcus Antonio up front, because that just feels like what we're going to do. Feels like the best thing to do. Time is going away here. I don't know. Do we have extra time in the Olympic Games final, or is it going to go straight to penalties? I know it can end on penalties. Is it going to go straight there? There's a highlight. It's France, though, coming forward. Gerardo to Shirky. He's off the bench. Lefebvre. It's going to be the guy who's got 10 finishing. He's going to score the winning goal for them, isn't he? Roy. Loads of space for him. Out to Shirky. We've missed the interception. And Rayan Shirky, who I made fun of 2 minutes ago. Not the guy with 10 finishing, but the guy who I was like, yeah, he's not good enough for the seat. He can't get in the under 23s, and he can't get in the seat. Well, I mean, he's walked through that, man, and they've scored, and it's going to be a silver medal for Brazil. What annoys me is that I could have done the Olympics 4 years ago. I just didn't know. I was clicking on the wrong button. We've equalised. Never mind. Marcus Antonio off the bench, heading home. The assist is by Sandro Alexandre. I'm a managerial genius again. He's walked through a man as well. It's rife here in LA, and we're still on attacking. This is probably a bad idea. There's no other highlights. It's gonna be extra time, so keep it up. Do we get another sub? Because this guy is dead on his feet. Not that we can really bring anyone else on. I guess Bebe can probably do. We can, right? He's more defensive. We should probably let's just start. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna go back to balanced as well, and then we need to just wait for that to go through. Right, then let's go on this screen. Could have done this anyway, but I don't want to muck it up. Now Bibby, he's very good. He can kind of play it right back anyway. Right, well, just stay there, my friend. A player I've considered signing at Liverpool, but just never really had much need for, and he wouldn't have got a work permit at the time. Now we can play him in the senior team. We can maybe get him. Not that our midfield options are any really lacking. Corner from France. Cherky puts it in. It's bouncing down. It's gone in. It's Anthony Poirier, who plays for one of the Manchester clubs. I forget which one, because I made fun of them, but they're very good. They are very good. I'm not sure what anyone's doing there from a defensive point of view. Goalkeeper completely in no man's land, and we're gonna go for it. Very attacking for the final 15 minutes. We've got back in it. We've thrown it away. Come on, boys. I want to demand more. I want to see more. We're not seeing more. I'm gonna go down to attacking. It's over. It's over. We've lost the Olympics to the team who I left. I mean, if that's not inevitable, what is? That was not good. Who's actually replaced me in charge of France? David Guillon, who I remember him last year from the Monaco save. Was he? No, he wasn't the assistant manager at Monaco or anything, but he was at Saint Etienne, and he's in charge of France. I don't think he was in charge of the under-23s. Who's the under-23s manager? Well, they've actually hired one. This guy, Claude Fichot. He was a coach at Lyon. Right, well, excellent, brilliant. Thanks for that. It's going to be one of those things like the Club World Cup where I'm just never going to win, isn't it? I'm never going to win the Olympics. Well, there we go. France 2, Brazil 1. We don't add the Olympic Games to our impressive resume. We did add the Community Shield, and that is the most important thing. But anyway, never mind. We will be back, as I said, quite a long way in the future. We are currently scheduled to play Manchester City on Boxing Day. So that may well be when we come back. Obviously, that may well change, but as it's the Boxing Day game, it probably won't. So that's probably when we're going to come back. Seems like a good point. We're playing Spurs not too long after it as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, this is the biggest jump we've done, but I think it's our 4th year at Liverpool. We've seen this before. We don't need to see it again. We might come back sooner if things are going really badly and I'm about to be sacked. Obviously, we'll come back. But what I'm thinking is we'll come back around there, see how things are going. If we make the League Cup final, we'll come back for that, and then we'll go on towards the end of the season, see if we win anything, and then look out for some other jobs as well. But there we are then, another episode that's probably going to be ridiculously long and incredibly difficult to edit and manage, but that's just how I roll at the moment, clearly. God knows what it's going to look like when it's all finished. But there we are. Thanks very much for watching. Leave a like, make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you next time.